Hey guys, Moldran here. Today I want to talk about the toughness stat in Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. Now the toughness stat hasn't been here all the time. It's something that we have now. And it's pretty much a total amount of raw damage someone can take. Obviously the damage goes higher the higher your torment level is. But what does this toughness stat really mean? Because a lot of people, when they find items, is to just compare, okay, is this an upgrade? Is it green, green, green? Or is it green on toughness? And there's a lot of implications and problems with that. Now, toughness is, as it says here, based on maximum life, HP, armor, dodge, average resistance, missile, melee, and elite damage reduction. So it factors in quite a lot of different things. It's pretty much the same as before. Now, how does damage calculation work in Diablo? Pretty much the game checks first, is it a dodge or not? If the monster attack is a dodge or not. If it is a dodge, it does 0 damage. If it is not a dodge, it checks, okay, what's the character's armor, all resist or specific resist for whatever type of damage it is, melee reduction, elite reduction, and so on. And the way how the damage is then calculated, pretty much your total damage reduction is, you could say, 1 minus bracket open 1 minus 0.5 if you have 50% armor, bracket close times bracket open 1 minus 0.6 bracket close if you have, let's say, 60% resist against fire damage and it's fire skill hitting you. So it's multiplicative, and that's really important to understand, because that means that when you have, for example, a lot of armor, like I have on my barb here, then it's much more beneficial to like transform some of that armor into all resist, or focus on all resist from now on. Because you can see with the current setup I have 8% armor damage reduction, and I have, for example, for a fire skill I have 59.75%. You can see there's a big difference, and that's something where the Paragon points come into use now. First thing that you need to remember with this setup is, if I find an item and I can choose between like armor or all resist on the FX, it's almost certainly going to be all resist, because I'm going to get so much more toughness out of it. But if we go here to Paragon points, for example, we can test it ourselves. Now, right now my base toughness is 6.9 million, or rounded up to 7 million. And if I put all my points into all resist, you can see it goes up to 9.1 million. What would happen if I put the points into armor instead? I probably won't reach, this is live, I probably won't reach the 9.1 million. As you can see here, I only reach 8.4 million. So in this case, it's much better to spend the points into all resist. And what you want to check then is, okay, what's the next best thing? Is it life or armor? And this is, I mean, up to this point in this video, everything has been pretty much clear and understandable for you. But now comes the thing. What's better here, armor or life? Let's check this. Right now, I'm, as I said before, at 9.1 million toughness. If I put the points into armor, I go up to 10.9 million toughness. And if I put the points into life percent, you can see I go up to 10.9 million toughness, but even more. This actually rounds up to 11 million. So it actually get more toughness from putting the points into HP. Now, and again, the same if you like, we find two items, they have exactly the same stats. One is armor, one is life percent. It would show you, let's say, plus 0.5% more toughness with the life. But is life really the right choice here? No, it is not, because life just artificially increases your EHP, but it doesn't make your character like sustain more damage or prevent more damage. And the problem with that is, for example, you heal up with health globes and you heal up with potions, but you always, if you don't have the armor, you always, every single attack hits you, you always take more damage. And while the life is good to prevent against burst damage, if, for example, you stand alone against one monster and it's about you to die, that's where armor is good, but well, life percent is good, but in any other case, armor is better because you prevent so much damage. You make the damage intake, the damage number you receive, much smaller than if you go for life percent. And this is why a lot of people, in my opinion, overvalue life. I think if you have 400k, 500k HP as a tank, as a barb or crusader, you're gonna be fine, especially because you have 30% additional reduction, at least on the barb, by being melee. But a lot of people here make the mistake of just like looking at, okay, this item has green EHP, I'm gonna let go of those armor and get some life percent. Now the best way to place points here would be to go on all resist, armor, and then the remaining ones into life. Or if you need life regeneration like I do right now, just like this order. And yeah, you see we ended with 9.7 million or 9.8 million toughness, which is a bit less, but we get a lot of healing on top of that. And with toughness side, it's also important to think what class am I playing and what do I have problems with right now. Because, for example, if you play a let's say Demon Hunter, I mean, I play Demon Hunter myself, and Demon Hunter, I almost never take damage. Just prevent everything, I kite everything. But there's certain like types of unpreventable damage where you need to be able to survive that. And some of those things are, for example, Jailer. Jailer can't be dodged. Maybe you can outdo and shit, but Jailer hits instantly now. And on my Demon Hunter, on like Torment 4, Torment 5, that's like 60 to 70% of my HP if I get hit by one Jailer attack. Same things with abilities like Frozen. If you spawn on top of you, you're gonna take a little bit of damage, or on higher torments a massive amount of damage that you can't even dodge unless you smoke screen like immediately. And on my Demon Hunter, therefore, because I only receive burst damage, the only thing that gives me is burst damage, life is actually a really good stat, because then it's all about the toughness. It's all about, okay, how much damage can I take in one go? How much damage can I take at once? I'm a Demon Hunter, don't tank. I don't need any like damage reduction or prevention. On my Barb, on the other hand, or on Monks or whatever, any class that constantly receives a lot of damage, you really want to like go for the defensive stats, which is armor, all resist, and also missile reduction, melee reduction, and elite reduction. And that's also really, that's going to prevent like all the damage that you take. And even if your toughness is a little bit less, because you don't have that much HP, in the end you will survive much easier, because you constantly take less damage, and you can also heal up much better with life on hit, life per second, and health globes. And especially talking about life per second, life per second gains much more value if you have high all resist and armor and damage prevention than if you just have like a lot of HP. Let's say you have, let's say, 2 million of HP. What's the 10,000 life per second gonna matter if you take like 500,000 damage per hit? But if you, on the other hand, have only, let's say, 500k HP, but you take much less damage per hit, and then the life per second, like the same amount of life per second, let's say you have 3,000 life per second in both cases, would heal you much more, or would actually have much more use than on the high HP people, because once your HP is done, or is gone, it's hard to get it back up again. Whereas if you have high reduction, you always take only a little bit of damage, and the life per second is really going to have a lot of value. And that's just what I want to say. I inspected a lot of people. I see a lot of people go for like maximum EHP, maximum vitality, even tanks. And as I said, while this might sound good in theory on the paper and stuff, when you see, oh, it's green, toughness upgrade, in reality, there's more factors to it, and especially the survivability and with damage prevention is a better choice than just going for prevention against burst damage. That's what I wanted to talk about toughness. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you think about gearing your character now, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I'll be back.